pretty simple. Then probably just go into the other room and record like a new promo for the show or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a microphone in there. They use Audacity.
I think that's that one right there.
Yeah, that one's good. Would you be available to do that on Saturdays from 9 to noon or 9 to midnight?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're available for those times? Okay. Yeah, because I don't know, like in the long term, how much people are going to be able to fill in on Saturdays, and not only that, but people from the community, from the African American community, as you know, have a good representation.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that's kind of a blessing. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Because like as a Native American, I like hosting this show because I'm from the community. I go out to the events and out there with the people. And, people come up and say that they listen and ask for requests. And they listen to news and stuff. Like when people pass away, they call us up and let us know, and then we like broadcast it to them.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like we didn't really realize how much of a reach we have in Lincoln, but it's a pretty good reach. And then once you do it for a while, then you get followers, and then you get like not a fan club, but like groups of people listening. And yeah, it's a good tool. It's a really useful tool, and it's all free, man.
Yeah, that's the best part. Some states you can't go in the radio like that. You gotta have money to get on.
Yeah.
So this is a good opportunity. You should take advantage of it. Yeah, man, that's a big something. So if you want to sit down and talk face to face, we could do that too.
Okay. I don't know what all the details of the beef was and stuff. I mean, I think it's important that you guys bury the hatchet for the community, and so that you guys can pass it on, so that it stays within the community and stays within, because you guys already knew each other already. So, once you guys get that over that hurdle, then you guys can start, communicating and stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of, I didn't really like how it ended.
Yeah. Yeah, she did that with a few people too that I heard. One of the first people did wrong or whatever. But that's just Miss B though. She just gets her mouth and gets her in trouble. I try not to tell her too much neither. I know that she be gossipy. Other than that, though, she's pretty cool. So is there anything you want to play in the background while we talk? Or type of a song or something? Maybe probably look it up on Rhapsody and see if you have it.
We have that song by SZA. There's a song called "Tell It Some More." It's awesome.
Yeah. You click on it. The whole thing? We could play the whole thing. Add it to the okay. And then we play it out once it gets to the bottom and just start from the top of it. I'll do this, I'll go back on there. Yeah. Is this like a reggae?
Yeah, it's right.
I'll play it in the background. So did you graduate from Kaplan
Yeah, I got associates.
with engineering?
No, paralegal.
Paralegal, yeah. How did that electrical thing go? You know, I get it.
It's too much. And plus, I didn't have. It was online, so I didn't have like any hands-on.
Yeah, construction. Yeah, because I had stereos and I let you mess with it, see if you get it to work. Because like when the knob turns, the volume goes down. So it probably just needs like a replacement. I forget what it's called. resistor
Yeah.
for like the knob. Yeah, because when you increase the knob, the resistance decreases. Yeah, that's what it's doing the opposite. Or you could come on that Facebook and all that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
I'll come on too. Hi, Kathy.
Morning.
This is Sean.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Sean.
How you doing?
Are you sitting in today?
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say co-hosting, but about to introduce myself to the community.
Oh, awesome. So co-host for this show?
Well, we were talking about because Miss B on Saturday night,
Mm-hmm.
she's doing the 9 to 12, and
Mm-hmm.
then she's been having subs lately.
Right.
So I was thinking maybe if we could get like the permanent replacement for that, and he
Mm-hmm.
knows Miss B. They used to do the show together.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I was gonna bring that up on this
Awesome.
weekend.
Talk to Ryan for
Yeah,
sure when he gets here.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I could just teach him the board and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Anything that we don't have to teach and somebody else can teach, that's awesome. So, yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah. Definitely talk to Ryan.
Is he gonna be here today?
We've been working a lot of hours, so it
Yeah.
might be closer to 10 before he gets here. So he'll be here.
If he's not, I'll just send him an email or something.
Yep.
You guys work a lot.
Well, it's that time of the year where
Get ready for the pledge.
well, training, pledge drive, events, so it's just ebbs and flows.
You guys must really love KZUM.
Of course we do. Of course we do. Yep, definitely talk to Ryan.
Okay, thank you. That's crazy. Good morning. You're listening to Native Sounds, Native Voices. I'm Tobias. We have a special guest here in the studio with us, who's Sean. I'll give him a chance to introduce himself.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Sean Miller. I'm also known as Wise, but I'm better known as the National Spokesman for the Black Panther Party Power Movement. We have 18 chapters across the country, and our national office is in Columbus, Ohio. Our founder's name is Greg Gibson, founded in 2007.
And how did you learn of the movement and how did you learn of like the organizational type activities?
Um, well, I've been an activist like since I had gained knowledge of what's really going on, and my eyes been open. So I've been kind of seeking those type of mentorships. So online, I looked them up, and this lady that was a friend of mine on Facebook, she had directed me to him. It's about 2 years ago. So me and him connected, and I built the website, the Facebook fan page, and he was selected my commitment, and he appointed me to National Spokesman.
Yeah, that's sweet because like I remember you were talking about trying to start a nonprofit helping felonies trying to get their their records expunged,
Yeah.
and then from there you just kept going.
Yeah, actually, we do have a nonprofit organization, tax exempt 501c3 called God First, generating opportunities for delinquent first. Um, that we've been, for the past couple of months, we've been giving $50 gift cards and bus passes to newly released felons. So that's been a project we've been doing. Actually, been coming out of my own pocket. It's been kind of rough getting funding for it. So that's for the in a nutshell. I mean, down the line we have a program in set. We want to collaborate with an online school called Penn Forster, which is I highly recommend. And what we're going to do is pay for the courses because it has trades like even youth. Some of the youth you get a high school diploma They have trades like the basic electronics I was telling you about that I was taking, different academic courses, and there's no interest rates and nothing like that, so we be able to, once we get funding, and right footed, we be able to fund that for people.
Mm. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. And then from there, you were just taking on project after project. And then I
Yeah.
heard you talking about the Black Panther movement. And so let's talk about that a little bit.
Um, Yeah, so that there, like I said, I'm the national spokesman right now. I'm trying to recruit. A lot of people got misconceptions of the Panthers based on what the media projected from them, um, and what they was about back then. Because where we are now, the Black Panther Party power movement, what we do, we took the structure from the original 10-point program that the original founders of the original Black Panther Party created, and we adhere to that as well as the philosophy of Black economics, which was enforced by uh, Dr. Claude Anderson. So we those with those two philosophies, that's what created the what we are part of now, the Black Panther Party Power Movement. We have a Facebook page, Black Panther Party Power Movement, as well as a website, www.blackpantherpartypowermovement.com. We could get insight on what it's about. And I wanted to just real quick, just talk about the misconceptions or what's misunderstood about the Black Panthers to sort of kind of educate those who may have got that false philosophy of what we're about. First is the that we're racist. We're not racist. We're far from racist. What we don't like is, oppression and being bullies. Just to keep it simple, So we the ones who really know the history of the Panthers know that they was about self-defense. So they was basically combating, police brutality and stuff like that. So we never went out there and specifically targeted other ethnicities because of their skin color. We was mostly defending ourselves. So that's what that's a misconception people have, thinking that we're racist. No, we're not at all. Um, Another one is thinking we're Muslims or atheists and stuff like that. We I believe, I'm a Christian, I strongly believe in the word of God, and that certain things have to happen in order to fulfill his work, his destiny, what he has in store for the world. And some events may take place that some people may not agree with, but overall, it's the love for his people. And those who have a strong love for humanity, that's what we welcome with open arms. You know, Discrimination, racism, that is not a part of being human. You know what I'm saying? Because you see the stuff that's going on with the constant police shootings, the continued discrimination, and other forms of racism that's going on. That's not inhumane because people are being um, deterred from their basic needs. You know what I'm saying? From discrimination, you can't get a job because of this and that, or what other people may think of you. That's not good. We welcome all those who, no matter what beliefs that you believe in, as long as God is in that. That's enough misconception.
Mhm. And then I think a lot of people get their perception of the Black Panther movement from like TV and films and stuff, and they just had that movie Selma released, and I think the need for the movement at that time was necessary so that they could be the ones that were on the front lines making noise and raising their arms and getting all the attention, and at the same time, just kind of people misunderstood what they were doing. But I think you're trying to do something positive with it.
Yeah, they're very positive. Those who know me know that me being one of the leaders in this, and I want to give a shout out to our founder, Greg Gibson, out in Ohio, for giving me this platform to basically bring awareness, as far as unity amongst ourselves as well. So, one thing we don't do is be super biased and think that, we don't play a part as well as African Americans in our own like struggles, as far as black on black balance and stuff like that. you know, the, drugs in the community and stuff. So we don't adhere to that. We don't condone it. And what we do is we trying to educate our youth basically on, you know, the law. I have a degree at the paralegal, so I have filed lawsuits in high places. I'm gonna put it that way. So I have experience with that. So I want to kind of give that to the youth and say, hey, um, y'all going in the wrong direction. So we don't advocate violence. We don't advocate, hate. We want to bring love, and unity to us. First and foremost, if we want any other race to respect us, we have to respect ourselves first and foremost. So that's one of the primary focuses is education.
So they had the Martin Luther King Day on Monday. What do you think about the Lincoln community? They had like the kids from school march from the campus to the Capitol, and then had like a little presentation when they got to the Capitol. What do you think of that?
I think that's a good for the youth, the young youth coming up, showing integration and keeping up Dr. King's legacy. Like I said before, in regards to humanity, it's not about race. See, this racism is something that's taught. Babies growing up, they don't understand that unless someone teaches them that. So that's where now that's why they always say the youth is important. It's very important. So I really applaud that effort, and I think it should continue.
Mhm. Definitely. And then they had last year. They had a young man who was gunned down in a park, and it was like a really violent crime. He was like half African and half Indian, and then his family were seeking answers, and for a long time they didn't know why he was gunned down, or what activities, or who did it, or anything, because he was a really lovable person, really outgoing personality, and for that to happen to him is a really big shock for the community. And so a lot of people were upset, and they were coming together, I think, in a negative way, and we're trying to get, revenge, and we're trying to do all the negative stuff. But I think if they had a group where they had some leadership to show them the right way on how to mourn the loss of their friend, at the same time having to deal with that situation, is important. I think that's, you've been through all that. You understand
Yeah.
what that's like.
Yeah. One of the focuses, there's a lot of stuff we have until, like I said, right now, and I thank you for this opportunity to get this out there. I'm recruiting here in Nebraska. I'm looking for a national chairman. I'm looking for minister of information. I'm looking for a minister of defense, a minister of culture, minister of politics. I'm looking for a minister of justice, a whole little committee in Nebraska. Because, like I said, I'm just moving on soon. Couple of years after I get this off the ground. And it's one of the projects as well as me and you talked about for as interviewing some people down in the legislature, getting that uh, realm exposed as well, as far as politics and getting people more involved in the legislature and have them really understanding how important it is to get down and support these bills. Um, and stuff like that. Like I just heard this morning on the radio that they're trying to pass something about you can't talk on your cell phones. So if people don't is not aware of these things, and then they get on their cell phone and get pulled over and you want to beef with the police, but you didn't know this law was passed. You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't get down there and then committee hearings and testify either for or against it, then don't be surprised. Will start popping up. So that's one of the things projects we're going to get into. Basically, like I said, education, educating the public, getting abreast and active and stuff that's done.
Information is really powerful,
Yes.
and being able to have the type of information to go out to the committees and testify is important because the senators aren't dealing with a lot of these issues, and then having people from the community share their experience with the senators makes a real impact on them. And hopefully it gets passed to the committee and onto the chamber floor so they can debate it and maybe even get up to the governor's office to get passed.
Yeah, yeah. See, a lot of people don't even know that process. So that's one thing we're gonna expose to them is me being one of the leaders of this organization. So there's a lot of work to get put in. So those who's interested, I will be posting. Um, where I'm going to be holding interviews at. I think I can't really say too much about it on air. Um, but if you look at me up on Facebook, you look me up Sean Miller, parentheses Harry Tubman, you can friend me there, and you can look for where I'm going to post up, where I'm going to be doing interviews at. Um, and our page, Black Panther Party Power Movement. You can find that. You can find some interesting stuff on there. Um, and some updates. Our website is really our main key base is www.blackpantherpartypowermovement.com. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
And do you have like a SoundCloud or something so that you can do like audio stuff?
I can set that up. So I set it up.
Yeah, because then we can post this to that
Yeah.
and then just share it on Facebook or something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I look forward to working with you too. We have talked about collaborating in the past, but due to life issues, stuff happened. So right now, I'm trying to get back. I had to get a lot of things situated before I actually step out. So as they say, my ducks in a row.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Yeah, you got a lot of ambition and motivation.
Yeah.
And when you was working as a page, you were still doing the overnight thing, 40 hours a week,
Yeah.
and then coming in, and then you were having a baby at the time too. And then, man, I was just like, dang. And then you had all these projects we were talking about, and then see them come forth, and then now you're a part of this and getting this started. And yeah, man, you're busy. You're always staying busy.
They say out of time is the devil's playground. I don't get no room. So I occupy my mind trying to do something for the people, make sure that the Trayvons and Mike Browns never happen again. It's a lot. It's a lot entailed to what's going on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Well, I appreciate you coming up, and I hope to have you here on KGM more often, and
Yeah,
let's see if we can work that out.
yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for this really good opportunity for, especially the community, man, to get involved, man. If you're really serious about making a real effective change. Get in touch with me. If you didn't hear it before, my name is Sean Miller. You can look me up on Facebook under parentheses Harry Tubman. Um, uh, my website www.blackpantherpartypowermovement.com, as well as a Facebook page Black Panther Party Power Movement. So yeah, it's gonna get real live out here.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hope you get some members and start getting interviews
Yeah.
going, and I would like to see this project take off and then just build into something like having a community center so that you guys can have kids come and play and have like homework and stuff, and if people need a place to stay, they got a place to go shower and all that,
That's where the nonprofit comes in, and that's sort of what's the mission statement is about with that. So another project we're working on as well is the getting dilapidated homes and stuff like that. So it's just a lot. I'm trying to write a grant myself now, or find someone to do it. I actually found someone, but it just it takes a little time. So once that gets situated, start getting up these properties and actually doing what you just said. So that's part of it.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about that in your like long-term vision plan of all these organizations. And,
I have a list now of the homes that's in Lincoln. I just gotta find the owners and stuff. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear from you. Good to see you.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, you always call us up or come over and give us an update on what's going on. And always great to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Cool. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Oh yeah, one thing. My wife, we sort of like want to kind of promote something real quick. She's doing she's trying to do T-shirts, she's selling little T-shirts. Natural. It's called Azzy Natural Place. She's trying to pay her student loans off because it's really getting hectic. So she got a little T-shirt thing going on. You can look her up. It's Azzy's Natural Place. Azzy's Natural Place. .wordpress.com. Azzy spelled AZY. Natural Place, one word. .wordpress.com. Find her shirts there. If you look her up on Facebook, Peggy Miller. So yeah, but I mentioned that. So she's trying to it's just student loans is rough, so I'm trying to find a way to pay them off. So that's what's important.
At least you got that education going.
Yeah.
That's the important thing. And then we'll share a lot of these links and things that you're talking about on our Facebook page too.
Okay.
So then listeners can go there and and check it out too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you again, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it, man. It's cool. Look forward to hearing from you again in the future.
Yes, sure.
Cool. And you've been listening to Native Sounds, Native Voices. I'm Tobias, and we'll be back to a little bit of music before we take a break. Thanks for listening to KZUM Lincoln and KZUM HZ. Yeah, man, that was really good. I'll send you an MP3 of the interview then.
Okay.
And you can post it on your page. I'll go ahead and put those things on. Maybe find it. I'll just send out another post with it. Remind me. Yeah, man, on that Saturday night show, that'll be an awesome tool for recruits. They got a lot of people listening in the 20th century, and they're like dedicated listeners. So yeah, like you said, when people have that felony and they come out and give them that gift card, that helps them out. Yeah.
Check out the page.
Yeah, that's behind me, right? Yeah, we can get you on the air, man. I'll teach you how to do all this stuff and teach people. Yeah, the sooner the better. I talked to Ryan today. I talked to Ryan Cloud. We're trying to do things again. He's gonna do a meeting thing because kids young doing a pledge drive, so everybody has to attend a meeting. I guess she's coming back into town this weekend and she wants to be with all the subs that's been helping her out. How many kids? Yeah, she's down here. There's no other one. Any other pages you want to post? And I'll just make a mention of it again before I go on the road. Or use iTunes or something.
Actually, I have a what's the name link with Ryan.
What's that?
Application will be a programmer.
Yeah.
He was saying I had to wait for space.
Yeah. Space is opening up.
Yeah.
Inside information, you know. God just taught them experience with things. I'll just emphasize the importance of having somebody from the community. They haven't had anybody from the community host that shows for years. They've had Ms. B and Melly Mel do that. And not to be mean or now, but they're the white chicks. They go to the churches and they hang out and all that stuff and listen to the music, just feel they're not African American. I think it's a little bit different perspective. So yeah, I'll try to see what she thinks about that. And I'll talk to Ryan too. Really, I think it's important to have a permanent replacement. Yeah, and then if we get that opportunity, we can also promote the activities we're doing in the community, and that's what they want.